The decline of Chuck E. Cheese. What is going on? There's no denying that Chuck E. Cheese's has been on the decline in recent years. Once a beloved family destination, the chain has been struggling to keep up with the times. And while some may argue that Chuck E. Cheese's is simply a victim of changing tastes, the chain's decline is also due to a number of other factors. Here's a closer look at the decline of Chuck E. Cheese's. Please like, subscribe and turn on the notification button to keep supporting our channel. 1. The history of Chuck E. Cheese and how it became a popular destination for kids and families. Who can forget Chuck E. Cheese, the beloved family entertainment center that's been a staple for kids' birthday parties and family nights out for decades? Founded in 1977, Chuck E. Cheese has come a long way from its humble beginnings as a small pizza restaurant in San Jose, California. Today, there are over 600 Chuck E. Cheese locations across the United States and Canada, making it one of the most popular destinations for kids and families. So how did Chuck E. Cheese become the go-to place for fun and games? It all started with a man named Nolan Bushnell, who was the founder of Atari and one of the pioneers of the video game industry. In the early 1970s, Bushnell was looking for a way to bring the fun of video games to a wider audience. His solution was to create a restaurant that would feature arcade games and other forms of entertainment. Bushnell approached a man named Aaron Rubenstein, who was the owner of a small pizza chain called Pizza Time Theater. Rubenstein was hesitant at first, but he eventually agreed to Bushnell's proposal. The first Chuck E. Cheese location opened its doors in May 1977. The restaurant was an instant hit with kids and families. The arcade games were a big draw, and the animatronic animals that performed on stage were also a big hit. The food was good, too, something that was not always the case with other restaurants at the time. Chuck E. Cheese quickly became a popular destination for kids' birthday parties. The restaurant's atmosphere was perfect for celebrating, and the food and games were a hit with kids of all ages. Chuck E. Cheese was also one of the first restaurants to offer tokens that could be used to play games, which was a novel concept at the time. As the years went by, Chuck E. Cheese continued to evolve. They added new games and attractions, and they even started offering pizza by the slice. Today, Chuck E. Cheese is still one of the most popular places for kids and families to enjoy a fun night out. And there's no doubt that Nolan Bushnell's vision for a family-friendly restaurant and arcade has been realized. 2. The decline of Chuck E. Cheese and why it is struggling in today's market. It's no secret that Chuck E. Cheese's is struggling. The once beloved family restaurant and arcade chain has seen a decline in recent years, culminating in a pretty drastic drop in stock value earlier this year. So what's behind the decline of Chuck E. Cheese's, and can anything be done to turn things around? There are a few factors at play here. For one, the rise of mobile gaming has been a huge blow to Chuck E. Cheese's business model. Kids these days would rather play games on their phones or tablets than go to an arcade, and that's bad news for a company that relies so heavily on arcade revenue. Another factor is the change in the way families spend their leisure time. In the past, going to Chuck E. Cheese's was a special occasion, something you might do once a month or so. But these days, there are so many more options for family entertainment that Chuck E. Cheese's just isn't top of mind as often as it used to be. And then there's the fact that Chuck E. Cheese's food just isn't that great. The pizza is mediocre at best, and the rest of the menu is pretty uninspiring. In a world where there are so many delicious dining options available, It's tough to justify going to Chuck E. Cheese's just for the sake of the games. So what can be done to turn things around for Chuck E. Cheese's? It's going to be a tough road, but there are a few things that could help. First, the company needs to focus on making its food better. If families can go to Chuck E. Cheese's and get a great meal, that's a big step in the right direction. Second, Chuck E. Cheese's needs to find a way to appeal to the mobile gaming generation. That might mean partnering with popular mobile games or finding a way to make its own games more attractive to kids. And finally, Chuck E. Cheese's needs to double down on what made it so special in the first place, its arcade games. If families can come to Chuck E. Cheese's and have a great time playing classic arcade games, that will go a long way towards making the chain relevant again. It's going to be a tough road ahead for Chuck E. Cheese's, but if the company can make some smart changes, there's a chance that it can stage a comeback. 3. The future of Chuck E. Cheese and what the company is doing to try and revitalize its brand. The future of Chuck E. Cheese is looking a bit different than it has in the past. The company is making changes to its brand in an attempt to revitalize it. This includes updated decor, new game offerings, and even a new name. The updated decor includes a new color palette, updated signage, and new furniture. The goal is to create a more modern and inviting space for families. The new game offerings include updated versions of classic games, as well as new games that are designed to appeal to a wider range of ages. The company is also working on developing new experiences that can be enjoyed by the whole family. The new name is Chuck E. Cheese's Family Entertainment Centers. This is meant to reflect the company's focus on providing family-friendly entertainment. The company is hopeful that these changes will help to attract new customers and bring back some of the families that have stopped coming in recent years. It remains to be seen how successful these efforts will be, but Chuck E. Cheese is confident that its new direction will be a hit with families. 4. The impact of the decline of Chuck E. Cheese on the families and kids who enjoyed visiting the restaurant. It is no secret that Chuck E. Cheese's has been struggling for years. The once popular family restaurant chain has been hit hard by the competition, losing customers and revenue. Recently, Chuck E. Cheese's announced that they are closing 153 locations across the country. This is a devastating blow to the families and kids who enjoyed visiting the restaurant. For many families, Chuck E. Cheese's was a staple of their weekly routine. They would go to the restaurant to eat pizza and play games. It was a place where kids could be kids and parents could relax and enjoy some time with their family. Now, with Chuck E. Cheese's closing down, those families will have to find a new place to go. The loss of Chuck E. Cheese's will also have a significant impact on the communities where the restaurants were located. Many of these restaurants were located in shopping centers and strip malls. With Chuck E. Cheese's gone, these places will likely see a decline in foot traffic, which could lead to other businesses shutting down. This is a difficult time for everyone involved. The staff at Chuck E. Cheese's, the families who enjoyed visiting the restaurant, and the communities where the restaurants were located will all be impacted by the closures. 5. The legacy of Chuck E. Cheese and what it meant to the people who grew up with it. For many people, Chuck E. Cheese is synonymous with childhood. The family-friendly restaurant chain has been a staple for birthday parties and other celebrations for children for decades. But Chuck E. Cheese is more than just a place to eat pizza and play games. It's also a place with a rich history and a special place in the hearts of those who grew up with it. Chuck E. Cheese was founded in 1977 by Nolan Bushnell, the same man who founded Atari. The restaurant was originally called Chuck E. Cheese's Pizza Time Theater, and was designed to be a place where families could come to eat pizza and watch entertainment provided by animatronic animals. The restaurant chain quickly grew in popularity, and by the early 1980s, there were over 100 Chuck E. Cheese locations across the United States. For many people, Chuck E. Cheese was a place to make cherished childhood memories. It was a safe and fun place to be, and the food was always good. Sadly, Chuck E. Cheese locations have been gradually closing in recent years. But the memories of those who grew up with Chuck E. Cheese will live on forever. There are many reasons for the decline of Chuck E. Cheese, including competition from other restaurants, the changing tastes of children, and the poor economy. However, the biggest reason may be that the company has failed to keep up with the times. Chuck E. Cheese is no longer the innovative, cutting-edge restaurant it once was, and it is struggling to appeal to a new generation of customers. If the company does not make some major changes, it is likely to continue to decline in the years to come. Don't forget to like, subscribe and turn on the notification button so that you won't miss any updates.